Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Kingsley's Adventure. Welcome to Dungeon 2. Now, Dungeon 2 really simply serves as a kind of a blunt and forceful way to show you that the dungeons are going to get harder. Dungeon 2 is actually the second longest dungeon in the game. And also the fire is very, very loud, so you might want to turn down the sound effects volume in-game, which I've done a little bit. So again, focusing on dungeons, we're going to be doing each dungeon room by room. So the first room pretty much has you doing pressing switches. And by pressing switches, I mean more than one, pretty much doing the same thing twice. It's very reminiscent of Tomb Raider, which I believe another developer of this game came from at the time. Alright, usually you want to get your bearings correct here. There's a cherry key, but it's kind of out of phase. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Also, we can't actually jump over there. However, here's a floor panel. Now it's real. Let's make a jump. Bingo, alright. If you're having difficulty jumping, actually, what you can actually do is press the L1 button, which changes your view slightly. But just enough that you're able to... I can see through the wall, and there's a chest over there. Well, let's see what I can do about pressing this cherry key. There we go. It brings me in the next room. Alright. But yes, pressing L1 will definitely help you a little bit more in terms of your platforming in order to get an idea of where you're jumping off from if you're having a problem with depth perception. Now, one thing I actually didn't point out in the beginning room is when I opened the chest and the spiders came out. That's one of the undesirable chests. In the other one, we'll probably be finding out a little bit later. Pressing that floor panel makes a key appear, but it's still out of phase. So, time for some movement tests. Hit the second one, and the key is real. However, the scene kind of makes it not happen. No. Yes! Alright. Got the great key, and all the spiders are everywhere. It definitely helps that even though this dungeon is relatively long, the music is nice. It's nice and ambient, so you should be able to get used to this. This is a really cool looking statue. I wonder what it does. Swing it with my axe? Nothing really. So here's a floor panel, and gate, and another floor panel. Well, let's at least hit one of them. And then move our butts over to the next one. That'll open the gate for a short time. Move it, Kingsley. Thank you. Alright. Continuing on to the next room. Now, this room can be a bit of a confusing room. You have all of these divots here, and you can climb up to these little corners here, but you can't really do much else. In fact, climbing up to these little corners, you have to be setting up on the very edges in order to get the height necessary. However, when I was stepping into this divot, it glowed green. So you have to recognize that there's a pattern in here. You have to make all of the dips in the floor glow green. It's really not that difficult. They especially don't make it that very difficult. There. And all of them are now finished. So now we can go back up to the edges here and jump up. and get more stuff. Hooray! Now we have our next key, the pineapple key. I guess that's a pineapple. However, we still also haven't used the grape key. But we're gonna be coming back the way we came. Seeing as, well, this room is a room of its own, and there's no other door out of here other than the one we came through. Time for backtracking. Whoop. Aw, how kind of the dungeon. Because the door's closed, a teleporter appears, which brings us back to the main room. Alright, so there's gotta be a door somewhere that I completely missed over to the left, or the right. The right as you're entering the first door, because you needed the pineapple key. There we go. Now you needed the pineapple key, and there's a locked chest, which means that there's inevitably an enemy close by. You don't get keys for locked chests any other way than by defeating enemies. However, now we have to deal with trolls. Troll knights. There we go, there's a key. Alright. Going 2-on-1 with any sort of combat is usually not a good thing to do, so if you're ever dealing with a situation where you're going to be fighting 2-on-1, make sure that you're getting one of the enemies alone before you start fighting. It's like I said, in terms of your blocking ability, you're only blocking in the direction you're facing, so if you have one slightly to the left or right, you're probably not going to be blocking them. And a teleporter will bring us to the next part of the dungeon. And this next part of the dungeon is, well, not anybody's friend. This is a true test to your jumping and platforming abilities. Because, well, it's covered in green goo. The green goo is, of course, slippery. And, well, it kind of comes straight out at you. You need to be really careful about what you're doing, because if you slip up even once, you're done. There we go. Alright, next point. Luckily, after each section, usually you get a shortcut back up, so there's always a good thing. I'm probably going to have to go down at some point, simply because there's goodies and money there. If I can avoid it, though, whoop, no, shoot, yes, there we go. If I can get this on, like, nope, and I was right at the next checkpoint. Nope, I need to block. Block, Kingsley, block. Luckily, you can see the arrows blinking, so you know where to go. The game isn't that cruel about finding your way back, although this room is cruel on its own. Can I put... there we go. Let's put the perspective down. Now I can collect all the money, defeat all the trolls. The dragon's minions! They will go down. Beyond that, other than getting back up to where the green goo is, and hearing the bats everywhere, which can be a bit of a nuisance after a while, especially if you're not good at this platforming section. I want all the money, but it's hidden in little alcoves. Whoa! No. I will take you down. Strike you. There we go. Oh well. Let's get back up and try and do this section again. Kingsley's jumping kind of works on a method of momentum in some sense. You see, when you begin jumping on your own, you'll cover very little distance in the difference of a full run. It's a jumping party! Woo! These guys really want me. But anyway, let's try the third section and see if I can't get through it. This is where most people are going to have their trouble. Because of really specific jumps that you have to make. Also, this kind of place... I hate that platform. All on its own. Let's see how I do fighting 2-on-1. There we go. Not too bad, but try and avoid it as much as you can. That's usually the best recommendation anybody who's played this game can give. Alright, let's get back up to the third section and actually do this. In my opinion, you're going to be spending most of your time in this dungeon in this room, which is completely warranted because of the slippery floors and you falling down all the time. It's really not fun. I wish I could get rid of those bats, but I have no method of doing so. Still like the music, though. 2, 3, ding! But I saw a piece of treasure, a piece of money, so let's go get it. I honestly think it's safer to go in one swoop, although people can argue that it's a bit more difficult, and I can agree with that. However, there's less... Get on the cloud, Kingsley! Oh boy. I honestly think that there's a lot more room for error if you stop on each platform, because, like I said, it's all about your momentum in terms of getting the amount of jump distance. Okay, I'm gonna meet you back when I actually do this properly. Stupid cloud. Alright, there we go. Now, let's continue the rest of the way. Okay. Now, don't go into the holes. I want that checkpoint. Just be careful you're not overshooting yourself. Alright. I believe this checkpoint actually doesn't have a good way to get back up. You'll have to go back to the third section in order to continue on. This crater, though, is a really annoyance. Did I mention this room is actually really huge? Surprisingly. In terms of making it onto this crater, using the money as a reference point for the direction you should be jumping to is kind of good, because jumping straight, you're going to be not hitting this ridge at all. Also, lava is bad. Don't touch lava. Follow the money. Money is good. I think these are the only clouds in the entire game, too, in this one dungeon, which is rather odd. What I don't get is that the money is continuously making a path for us. You really think that people would be able to understand that you're supposed to be going this way? Because, guess what? We're done with the room. Yay for us! Now for the... Oh, that's a banana key. Okay, that makes more sense than what I thought it was originally. I originally thought it was a moon key. Into the lava with you. So let's get an idea of what we gotta do. Oh good, piano. That's gonna be a puzzle. Did I mention this game had puzzles? It probably didn't, but luckily the puzzles aren't too ridiculous. They'll usually just hit the switch in the correct color order. Such as here. Blue, green, purple, brown, pink, gray. Let's get that again, if you did not remember. Blue, green, purple, brown, pink, gray. Alright, let's go back to the keyboard. Now, this actually kind of tripped me up the first time because the colors of the keys are not exactly the same as the ones on the board. So, blue, green, purple, brown, there we go, pink and gray. Unfortunately, there's nothing really we can do about the banana key just yet, because we have swinging axe blades to deal with first. And also geometry. There we go. Also fire. You can hear it out of my left ear. Oh god. Right, snakes. And also these kind of platforms, which are technically not that bad, but you just have to be careful because sometimes you can just kind of fall in between the platforms to the lava and to your death. Also spiders. Not something that anybody needs at this point. Alright, and go. Usually it's good to jump, just for good measure. That was not the button I wanted to hit. Neither was that. Oh, God. I never intended to make this game harder on myself. Alright, swinging axe blades, because we need to get that key. There we go. Alright, green apple key is ours. We can head back, which is actually... Whoop! Easy now, Kingsley. Which is rather easy if you just keep going. Don't hesitate. But what about that banana key? Seriously, I want that banana key. Looks tasty. Alright. Well, anyway, there's a checkpoint up here. Treasure with a heart. That's good. That gives me a comfortable position for getting through the rest of this placed in. And there we go, we have our banana key. There's also money down there. But there's also treasure chest down here. I want it. Ooh, it has 5 money. One thing I really don't understand is why the chests that contain 5 one-piece, 5 bronze pieces just are there in the first place. Why couldn't it just be 1 piece of silver? It could be just because of, like, psychological issues. More money equals more... Yeah, I love this! I also don't know why this ledge is here. Maybe it's because it's supposed to decept you that you're able to get across the lava, but obviously you're not. Now, besides that, there's nothing else we can do here, so... Shortcut time! Hop on the cloud, and then jump off. And we're back 2 rooms ago. But now we can head all the way back here to where the banana key door is. The money kind of shows you the way, but not really. Black flip for joy. Oh, this is a troll. Yeah, that is definitely a troll. He's got a... Ow. He's got a beard. Take advantage of these invincibility frames here. You don't get them very often. And a key for our efforts. Money. And a switch. There we go. No more keys for us. For now. Okay. These series of challenges are a bit of an annoyance. They all fall upon getting this pineapple key, which is in a cage. However, it's a bit of a annoyance in order to get them. Screw you, spiders. Also, screw you, enemy. There we go. Then we have fire and swinging axe blades. It's kind of a weird timing in order to get through the fire. Here we go. There we go. fighting the enemy, and a cherry key. We have a cherry key. Well, there was a cherry key lock at the beginning of this room. So, guess what we have to do? That's right. We have to go back, and everything has changed slightly. I don't like this room. It's full of nonsensical ideas in order to make the dungeon even longer than it already is. Jump! There we go. Good. I thought I screwed that up. There's also really no point of switching to your dagger either. The axe pretty much gets the job done, because, of course, we can switch to our dagger at any time, but it doesn't really do anything. Also, screw the spiders. Alright, let's open up the cherry key door. Gives us a switch. And guess what we also have to do? As well as fighting 2 more of these guys. Let's take care of that. Hey, a pineapple key door. Excellent. Go away, dude. Thank you. So there's the pineapple key door. A couple of chests, too. They contain hearts. I'm gonna leave the other one for later. But, of course, we have to go through this place a 3rd time. Not something I want to do, honestly. Luckily, I don't think anything has changed this time around. So, we're pretty much good there. Except there's a 3rd enemy here. Or another enemy. We have faced more than 3. Yeah, go away. Give me more hearts. And now we have access to the pineapple key. So guess what? Trip number 4. And yes, I'm going to make you watch all of this because in order to get through this room, you have to do this. I expelled the spiders to the lava. However, 2 more show up. That's why I'm not bothering with them. Pineapple key is ours. Also, money is ours. That actually went flawlessly. It's really good. But now we can get out of here. How much more of this dungeon is there? Still a lot. But I believe we're on to the last quarter of the dungeon, so we should be pretty good at this point. However, we have to deal with more floor switches, which not a fan of. Also a locked chest. Didn't mean to actually do that. Come on, face me. Face me like a man. Thank you. Alright. So, here's the situation. Spiders. One of the spiders is stuck. Well, I will deal with you shortly. Like so. So anyway, situation is, there's a banana key up here. Out of phase, too, so... yeah, floor switches. Trust your movement skills. Once again. And hit all 4 of them. There we go. 3, 4. Come on. Oh. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try it in a different order. Because, of course, as you notice that all 4 of them are not the same. They don't function the same. There we go. Yeah, so the blue switches raise this, lower this platform, and the yellow switches make it so that you're able to actually collect it. Doing it in the order of the first one, making it actually show up, and then lowering the platform, you're able to get it. It's still really tight, but you should be able to do it no problem. So, this is actually a rather unique room. It's a room where you're guided by fireflies. Except, the fireflies kind of move on their own accord, so if you're thinking that this game kind of took from like, oh, it's like that one level in another platform game, kinda, but not really. In some cases, I'm stuck in the bone. Oh, Jesus! How dare you sneak up behind me? You will pay for that with your life. But the fireflies just kind of float around on their own accord, not really paying attention to you. There is a switch, though. Now, if you saw all the way back at the end of this hallway, there's a gate. Get through this gate, because when you open this gate, that guy shows up, and he is going to stall you so you can't get over on the other side. I'd recommend getting rid of this guy simply so you're not dealing with him when you're trying to find a way out, because otherwise you're going to be wandering around and fumbling with the controls and the movement if you're not good with it right now. And I'd rather not have a troll trying to smash my face in. Well, it looks like there's only that switch. Thanks, Firefly, for being in that direction. That opened something. Anything. It opened that exit. So let's go. Hey, a key. Let's go. You actually have to jump the lava pit in order to get to there. And, well, where was a chest that needed a key? Well, a long time ago. Hello? Wasn't there a pelican who was asking about this? A mouse? Tartrazine! Who also has an annoying voice. It's mousy, but I don't like it. Alrighty, I'll help you, because you know the village needs you. What do you do? And of course you do have to save Tartrazine because what kind of a name is Tartrazine? Anyway, the mouse gives you the grape key, so guess what we're gonna have to do? Backtrack ahoy! All the way back to where the banana key was. However, when we're doing this, the room respawns. I'd rather get rid of this enemy instead of running past him and having him chase me. Actually, I'm just gonna do exactly that. Screw you. Oh wait, no. I need to pull the switch! Okay, you know what? You're dead. You're dead. I don't care. Now we can move. Alright. Yeah, that switch was so you're able to actually get through this door again. And this guy is still there. Oh god. No need to be over here. Look! Need to go... Where am I going? What do I do? It's this way. It's this way. The exit's this way. Oh. Alright. And we're back with the room with the moles. If you didn't actually pay attention, there's a room with the moles. Oh, and these guys. Don't rather enjoy that these show up again, but don't worry about taking out both of them. You only have to take out one. And with the locked chest, we get 10 more money. Snuff better be through the store. I'm rather done with this dungeon, in my opinion. Or not, there's more swinging stuff. I don't believe these actually hurt you, but they do push you into the lava. Now we get spiders. I'm about to say something else, but you know, spiders. You always get spiders. Another locked chest, too. And the second chest that you don't want. It's a trap chest. Get out of the way as soon as you see it bouncing and wiggling, because if you don't, you're gonna get hurt. Let's see if we can't find the guy who has the key to that other chest. We're gonna need it. Oh, you look like you're chock full of key. Ow. Silence! Yeah, you're chock full of key. And there is the cherry key. What do you have? Money! And a life! Alright. 12 lives is looking pretty good. Now let's see what that other chest has before we continue on. There we go, yes! Always good to find chests with 1 life in them. Surprise encounter! Oh, Jesus. Fall down. Go away. Thank you. Oh, here we go. We made it! Hi, Snuff. You look like you're having dinner. I should come back later. It's so tasty. And now for our second battle with Snuff. Snuff is rather simple to deal with, because as long as you keep moving around, he's not really able to hit you. The unfortunate thing is that the only heart that is in this actual place is, well, on top of his table, which is rather difficult to get to. Stop it. I want to hurt you. Thing is, he moves around, and he's the first person with well, actually, Gallagher did have unblockable attacks. His cannonballs were unblockable. I'm going to need... Oh, no! Ow! I was obscured by that chair. Well, luckily I have 5 hearts again. Let's skip this and get right back to it. So he mainly has 2 attacks. One is the fire, the other one is his close quarters combat with his knife and fork. Knife and fork aren't too bad, but his fire, of course, is unblockable, so you're gonna have to be careful about that. Also, he can stomp you. Ow. Don't be in his right of fire. I believe some of these chests actually have hearts in them, so... Use boxes as cover? I don't know if that's actually possible. Let's see. Nope. Nope, that is not a thing to do. Usually you can get about 1 or 2 hits. And of course, why do I not use L2 and R2 more? Really silly of me to not use... Ow. To not use L2 and R2 is pretty much like an unnecessary handicap. Where are you? Oh, the table protects me. That's a good thing. Come over here, you. I need to be closer to... Ow. Shit. This is not good. Good. No! Oh. Ah, fire. My greatest enemy. Alright, and now that we have him down to less than a third, we're able to do close quarters combat with him, which makes him a lot easier. Honestly, if you actually keep running after him, he most likely won't have an opportunity to hit you with the fireballs. which actually makes the fight go a lot easier. Oh. You didn't have to hurt me, God. I just was stealing food. Alright, let's plunder. There we go. Yeah, there are more hearts in the chests. Wasn't sure of that. Of course, it isn't really advisable to get the hearts while you're fighting him because usually a fireball will be coming right your way. Also, I believe the heart on top actually replenishes itself when you're not sure. Also, 2 of these chests contain spiders. Yeah, opening the treasure chests during the boss fight is never... It's not really a good thing to do. Now, even though we're done the boss fight, we're still not done with the dungeon. That's right. So, I'm gonna leave it off here. We have his knife and fork, for some reason. And we're gonna see what's left and help get the food back to Poor Luck Village. See you next time, everyone!